Old age is not merely the final chapter of a long journey, but also a time to look back, understand and feel the profound changes occurring not only in the body, but also in the soul. While we celebrate the wisdom, experience, and spiritual value that the elderly bring, there remain aspects rarely discussed, habits and behaviors that are imperfect and sometimes make those around them uncomfortable, yet few dare to speak of them openly. These realities form an authentic part of aging that we need the courage to acknowledge and face. Life is inherently complex and multifaceted, and old age is no exception. It comes with unavoidable changes in physical health, psychology, and habits, which can sometimes leave loved ones feeling confused or unsure how to respond. These habits, though imperfect, are signs of the aging process, one every human must experience. Yet because of sensitivity and fear of hurting the elderly, we often stay silent, allowing these habits to persist, quietly, slowly fracturing relationships or creating invisible gaps between generations. In this introduction, we will begin to reveal the unspoken truths about these ugly habits in old age, those that make others uncomfortable but are overlooked, to better understand and prepare ourselves for deeper lessons and wise approaches in the coming parts. Understanding is not meant to judge or build walls, but to help us approach with compassion, patience, and respect. One of the most common habits is forgetfulness. Though many have heard about memory loss in the elderly, facing it is anything but simple. When relatives repeat the same story or forget small tasks, it not only causes annoyance, but also creates anxiety for both themselves and listeners. Yet we must understand this as a sign of declining brain function, an inevitable part of aging. Showing patience and gentleness gives them safety and a sense of being loved rather than anger or frustration. Irritability and sudden outbursts are also unavoidable habits when health declines or when physical and emotional pain make the elderly more sensitive. Many young people don't understand this and respond with discomfort or avoidance, but in reality, this is how they express pain that can't be put into words. When we offer genuine empathy and care, many tense moments can transform into understanding and connection. Additionally, repeatedly telling old stories, though tiring for listeners, is a way for the elderly to seek attention, connection, and a feeling of not being lost. Each repeated story is like a bridge connecting them to the outside world, to memories, and to loved ones. Responding with patience and respect helps them feel valued and less lonely. On another note, frequent complaining about trivial matters is often a sign of vulnerability and a feeling of powerlessness as they lose control over their lives. What may seem like meaningless whining actually holds deep feelings and a need for comfort. Instead of distancing or judging, we should become silent companions who help them see the small but precious positives in everyday life. Excessive comparison and rigidity in thinking and habits also create tension in families. At such times, the elderly seem caught between the past and present, between traditional values and social change. Compassion and tactful behavior are the keys to opening doors of understanding and harmony. Other habits like poor personal hygiene, irregular eating, or passivity in decision-making are tough challenges to face. They reflect not only physical decline, but also mental and emotional weakness. But when approached with love and patience, we not only help them overcome difficulties, but also learn humility and appreciation for life ourselves. All these so-called bad habits, when seen through the light of understanding, become profound lessons in patience, unconditional love, and living slowly while cherishing every moment. These are also lessons that we, the younger generation, can learn to be better on the journey of living alongside the elderly, building a loving and connected community. And the story of these 12 habits is just beginning to unfold. In the next parts, we will delve deeper into each habit, explore the causes, and present wise ways to respond, helping the elderly feel loved while maintaining respect and dignity, so that every passing day is one of peace and happiness. As we enter old age, the body and mind inevitably undergo changes, giving rise to unpleasant habits that outsiders often hesitate to mention. But instead of judging or avoiding, let's look deeply into each habit, not only to understand, but to learn how to truly empathize with and support them. The first habit is forgetfulness, part of the memory decline many elderly face. When relatives repeat stories or forget tasks, it can be frustrating, but deep down it signals a weakening mind. Facing this with patience and kindness helps preserve their self-respect and feeling of love rather than anger or irritation. Next is irritability and sudden, inexplicable anger. When the body loses agility or health issues arise, negative emotions may surface uncontrollably. Understanding this not as personality, but as expressions of physical or mental pain teaches us to listen and sympathize instead of withdrawing. The third habit is repeating stories over and over. This is not only a memory issue, but a way they seek connection and attention. Giving them attention and affection helps them feel valued rather than isolated. Fourth, frequent complaining can weigh down the family atmosphere. But behind these grievances lie feelings of helplessness and anxiety over lost control. To respond, we must not only listen, but help them rediscover small joys in life to feel it still holds meaning. Fifth is excessive comparison, often making elderly seem difficult or dissatisfied. This sometimes stems from regret for the past or fear of the future. Understanding this, we can guide them toward positive, present values and inner peace. Rigid thinking and habits are the sixth habit. As people age, mental flexibility diminishes and they cling to old routines for security. Instead of opposing, we should encourage and gently help them explore new things, step by step, creating safety and confidence. Seventh is inactivity or neglecting personal health. Physical decline and sometimes depression lead to self-neglect. Here, persistent encouragement and opportunities for gentle, suitable activities are essential. Eighth, sometimes their communication becomes erratic, uncontrolled speech or attitude, causing discomfort. Understanding this may stem from mental or physical loss of control. We must remain calm, avoid confrontation, and offer patience and understanding. Ninth is declining personal hygiene. Though delicate, this signals reduced self-care ability, sometimes depression or illness. Family must sensitively observe and support, gently helping them feel respected and loved. 10th is irregular eating habits, skipping meals or eating too little, too much. This challenge affects health directly. Creating a joyful eating environment with family participation encourages healthier habits. 11th is passivity in decisions easily influenced or feeling loss of control. To improve, encourage social participation and decision-making in small family matters to boost control and self-worth. Finally, 12th is displaying unusual behaviors or thoughts due to age-related illnesses like Alzheimer's or dementia. This hardest stage requires professional care and unconditional love from family and society. Though these habits cause discomfort, when embraced with an open heart, they become opportunities to show love, patience, and respect for the elderly. This is not just a responsibility, but a precious gift, teaching humility, gratitude, and the true meaning of life. When we deeply understand these difficult habits of the elderly, the crucial thing is not only to recognize them, but to build a living environment and culture of behavior that helps them overcome these challenges. An environment nurtured with love, respect, and patience becomes a peaceful place where the elderly feel safe and valued, even as these unavoidable habits persist. Starting with sincere communication, we must learn to listen, not just with ears, but with hearts. The elderly need to feel their voices are respected and their opinions valued within family and society. Then irritation or repetitive stories will lessen, replaced by genuine connection. Spend time chatting, asking about small daily things, and showing real care. Sometimes a gentle hug or sincere compliment soothes their worries. Alongside, we must create opportunities for them to engage in activities suited to their health and interests, maintaining both physical and mental vitality. An active elder encouraged to move, learn, and socialize feels more meaningful, reducing negative habits born from loneliness or boredom. Organizing family gatherings, joining clubs, or classes for seniors are practical ways to help them maintain confidence and independence. Moreover, patience from loved ones is key to navigating moments when elders show irritation or loss of emotional control. Avoid quick reactions or arguments which only heighten tension and make them feel abandoned. Put yourself in their place. Understand that physical and mental changes are inevitable. Compassion and forgiveness create a safe space where everyone feels unconditionally loved. Comprehensive healthcare is equally important. Supporting balanced diets, sufficient sleep, and regular checkups reduce physical causes of discomfort. Also, caring for mental health by encouraging emotional sharing and participation in leisure activities improves mood and life quality. Above all, building a culture of respect and appreciation for elders in family and community makes them feel neither forgotten nor worthless. A gentle word, a small kind act, or simply being present during hard times becomes invaluable spiritual strength, helping them overcome bad habits and enjoy old age fully. When everyone works together to nurture such a positive living environment, not only elders but families and society benefit. We learn to slow down, cherish each moment, and deeply understand the meaning of connection and sharing. Life no longer means conflict or distance, but stories filled with humanity and understanding. Within this harmony, we find the true meaning of life, not avoiding or hiding uncomfortable habits, but facing and walking alongside them with open hearts and resilient souls. The story does not end here. The next part will open even deeper perspectives on how we can learn from the elderly and they from us to continue writing the human journey with fuller colors. Life never stops, and neither does each person's journey, which is not only about bright days, but also constant challenges and changes. When we look back at old age with imperfect habits, we cannot simply stop at discomfort or judgment. Instead, we must look deeper to understand that this is an essential part of being human, part that creates authenticity and fullness in life. The elderly teach us the most precious lesson: patience and unconditional love. They tell us that even if there are habits that make others uncomfortable, compassion and tolerance build bridges between generations, removing gaps and misunderstandings. This is also how we give back to elders some of the love and care they deserve for the years they have devoted. Respect is not just fancy words, but concrete actions in every moment. A gentle gesture, a caring reminder, or a moment spent listening can soothe difficulties, making elders feel still important and cherished. These simple things create the true meaning of life. Life also reminds us that no one is perfect and everyone has habits and traits that cannot be completely changed. Accepting and loving those aspects is the path to true happiness. When we let go of irritation and replace it with understanding, we open the door to peace and joy within ourselves and in our relationships. Finally, the elderly teach us lessons about connection and continuity. They are bridges between past and future, where we can learn wisdom, gratitude, and the true value of life. Every habit, good or bad, contains stories, lessons, and experiences, and our listening, honoring, and sharing is how we preserve tradition, humanity, and love across generations. Life's journey from youth to old age is a continuous process of learning and deep understanding. When we accept difficult habits, not as burdens, but as parts of being human, we truly mature and live fully with ourselves and others. So let these lessons become a guiding light leading us on the path of love and patience. So when we look back, we don't just see the bad habits that once caused discomfort, but also the tolerance, sharing, and a meaningful life built from the simplest things. Life is a long story, and we are the authors with every action, thought, and moment of love. Let's write that story fully, sincerely, and meaningfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the upcoming exciting videos.